This is MMA Contrast, and today I give you the contrast between the notorious Conor McGregor and the welterweight champion Kamaru the Nightmare Usman. Courtesy of this tweet right here, there's a huge buzz about this fight possibly happening, so thank you to Ali. However, this video is not concerned with whether Dana White will make this bout happen, rather it is all about the contrast between the challenger Conor McGregor and the champion Kamaru Usman. First off, we have the challenger, the notorious Conor Anthony McGregor. Here's a few details about him. He is 31 years of age, turning 32 on July 14th, 2020. He stands at 5 feet 9 inches and has a 74-inch reach. Usually, he fights at featherweight or lightweight, but now he has beefed up to welterweight, so presently weighs in at 170 pounds, that is about 77 kilos. He is a southpaw fighter, often termed as a boxer stylistically. He has a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and his current MMA record stands at 22 wins, 4 losses, and 0 no contests. Moving on to the UFC welterweight champion, the Nigerian Nightmare Kamaru Usman. He just turned 33 on May 11, 2020. He stands at exactly 6 feet and has a 76-inch reach advantage that's put into contrast with Conor McGregor. He weighs in at 170 pounds and is often termed as a wrestler stylistically. He has a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so that's a small lead once again for Kamaru Usman. So here is the current MMA record of Kamaru Usman, starting at 16 wins, 1 loss and 0 no contests. So there is a bit of the contrast between the two, but perhaps the most obvious factor of contrast is the weight and the style of fighting. When I say weight plays as a factor of contrast, I'm really talking about the notorious Conor McGregor. I mean, he fought as a welterweight only 3 times, twice with Ned Diaz and once with Donald Cowboy Cerrone, with a record of 2-1, that is with 2 wins and 1 loss coming in the hands of Ned Diaz. And we could see in the fight he was not as comfortable as he seemed when he fought at 155 or 145. So this is one factor, and as we all know, Usman on the other end, he's really comfortable at 170. So if we were to give an advantage in terms of conditioning or the weight advantage, it definitely goes to the Nigerian Nightmare Kamaru Usman. Now when it comes to the style of fighting between Conor McGregor as a boxer and Kamaru Usman as a wrestler, we all can understand that pairing a wrestler against a boxer is a nightmare matchup for the boxer, because even if the boxer has a good takedown defense, he or she usually ends up on the mat. Now, I'm not saying that Conor McGregor does not have a good takedown defense. Maybe he does have a good takedown defense. However, I still have to question, does he have a good enough takedown defense against a guy like Usman? I mean, we saw him go down against Khabib Nurmagomedov. Usman is only bigger and perhaps, who knows, even as powerful or more powerful than Khabib Nurmagomedov. So, when it comes to the style of fighting, then again, I would favor Kamaru Usman, and I would agree with DC when he commented on this bout saying that Usman would be just too big for Conor.
He's too big. He's so big. Usman's so big. And not only so big, he's so skilled and tough, man.
However, if the fight really happens, I believe a lot of the pressure would fall upon the champion Kamaru Usman. I say this because for Conor, he feeds on pressure. He does so well when he's under pressure. And yes, Usman does the same as well, but more pressure falls upon the champion than on the challenger, because the champion has everything to lose and he has to defend it no matter what. And although the champion Usman tweeted about Conor saying, "Why do you all want this man dead? I'd shake him in there if I wanted to," and he'd do nothing. However, in his interview with Brett a couple hours back, said otherwise. Just take a listen to it and judge it yourself.
You versus Conor McGregor, who has fought as low as 145 pounds, who's shown that he's had a little bit of problems with the wrestler Khabib Nurmagomedov. Is a fight between you and Conor a competitive fight? You're an analyst sometimes for ESPN. If you were breaking that fight down, Kamaru versus Conor, how competitive is it?
Yeah, it is a competitive fight. Like, a lot of people are kind of going on the side. Oh, you've been at 170 and Conor's fought as low as 145. I wrestled at 145. When people a lot of just fans standing on the outside. You know, a fight is a fight. Anything can happen in the fight. You know, and Conor's got that beautiful left hand that he feels that he could, you know, deliver, and no, he said himself, nobody can take that left hand. You know, I'd like to test that. I'd like to see if he can throw that left hand, if he can make that happen. So,
As you have just seen and heard, Kamaru Usman himself has a lot of respect for Conor McGregor and his left hand. So likewise, we should also have such a respect, and we should not deny the fact that when it comes to striking, maybe Conor has a slight lead over Kamaru Usman. So if this bout is really going to happen, then it's going to be one hell of a fight. And yes, even though many favor Usman over Conor McGregor, when a champ faces another champ, you can always expect the unexpected. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is Apang Imchin on MMA Contrast. Share your thoughts on the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.